It being 9:30, I'm going to call to order the Long Range Capital Planning and Utilization Committee. Item 1 on our agenda is the acceptance of the minutes of the February 24th meeting.
Move to approve as written and presented.
Motion has been made to approve. Do I have a second? Second has been made. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Item number 2 under old business, we had the organization of the committee. Last time, I motioned to make Senator McConkey the vice chair, and it was seconded by Senator Lang. Due to the fact that Senator McConkey was not here to accept the nomination, we did not vote on that. So if Senator McConkey, you've been nominated, do you accept?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, I do.
All those in favor of that signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Senator McConkey, you're our vice chair.
Thank you, sir.
Item number 3 under new business. Under Long Range Capital Plan 25017, Department of Safety requests authorization to enter into a lease agreement with Vernco Freetown LLC, Salem, Mass, for the premises at 17 Freetown Road, store number 4, Raymond, New Hampshire, for a period of 15 years. Department of Safety, you're up, please. Identify yourself for the record.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Amy Newberry, and I serve as the Director of Administration for the Department of Safety. In front of you this morning is a 15-year lease. It will support the relocation of the DNV operations currently housed at 315 Calif Highway in Epping. The move is necessary due to ongoing challenges at the Epping location, including limited customer parking and inadequate interior space for both customers and staff. Conditions are no longer conducive to delivering high-quality customer service. This lease term differs from DNV's typical approach. Traditionally, the DNV enters 5-year leases with options to renew. However, due to the fit-up costs required for this new location and to ensure long-term viability and accessibility, the Department of Administrative Services supports a 15-year lease term. These improvements will ensure the facility is fully accessible and compliant with ADA standards, offering a better experience for all customers with all abilities. Thank you for your time and consideration, and happy to answer any questions.
Mr. Chair. Representative Cloutier.
Yes, the question, what's exactly a fit-up cost? I've never heard that term since I've been on that committee or seen anything as I recall.
Certainly. So these fit-up costs, and you can see in the packet that we've also provided you, the outline of the fit-up costs are in the back of your pocket. They're by above and beyond construction in the back, and it outlines all of the costs to prepare this space for the DNV operations. So it includes everything for, as I mentioned, the ADA requirements to allow everyone, all the customers, to be able to come into that space and provide all the services that the division provides to make it accessible.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any further questions? Senator McConkey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for taking the question. Not for today, but for another time. Is there an average square foot space for your DMV locations that appears to be adequate? I come to think that Troop E and Tamworth is a very, very tight space. So I'm not asking for any improvement at this point in time, but perhaps what your ideal average square foot space is and how much parking at a future time, if you could, please.
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you.
Any further questions?
Move to approve.
Motion has been made to approve. Do I have a second? Motion been made and seconded.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair. Who made the second, please?
Representative Melvin.
Okay, thank you.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to item 2. Department of Transportation, leasing certain portions of railroad properties. LRCP 25-018 requests approval to enter into a lease with JCB LLC for 300 feet of railroad frontage along Lake Winnisquam for a private, non-commercial dock with a pedestrian at grade crossing on the state-owned Concord to Lincoln Railroad corridor in the town of Belmont. Sir. Your mic, please. Thank you.
My apologies. Good morning, Chairman, members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to present this. My name is Lou Barker. I am the railroad planner for the Bureau of Rail and Transit, Department of Transportation. JCB owns property adjoining the Concord to Lincoln line, railroad corridor, and by statute 228:57-A, they qualify, or the property qualifies for a dock lease, as there had been a structure there dating back prior to state ownership of the railroad corridor. We visited the site. They presented their proposal. We feel it was acceptable, and that's why we bring forth this item for your consideration. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer.
Do we have any questions? Yes, Senator Lang.
That's fine. Considering I can see this from my house, my question is, this is for a private dock. We're not going to see 40 docks out there that they could put out. This is for a private lease for,
It's for a private lease, and one crossing. So if it is if there are multiple moorings or slips, it'll be at the one dock.
Follow up, please.
and all of this is obviously dependent upon DES making the appropriate approvals for the dock.
Yes,
placement.
the neat thing about the way the statute's written, if they don't get a dock permit, we tear up the lease. So DES has the final say.
Then just for the record, I will read the fact that the lease fee is $12,759 a year plus $50 per year for the private pedestrian at grade crossing for a total of $12,809 per year. That includes a provision to negotiate a new lease for an additional 5-year period beginning July 1st, 2030, and 2, assess the $1,100 administrative fee. Do I have a
Move to
motion?
approve.
Motion has been made to approve
Second.
and seconded by Senator McConkey. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to LRCP 25-019, request approval to renew 18 leases as listed in the request. And thank you, Mr. Shea, for combining these into one. For railroad frontage along Lake Winnisquam, Lake Winnipesaukee, all those lakes for private, non-commercial docks with pedestrian at-grade crossings at the state-owned Concord to Lincoln Railroad corridor in the towns of Belmont, Meredith, and the city of Laconia for a lease cost of $42.53 per linear foot per year, plus $50 a year for private pedestrian at-grade crossing and the crossing of utilities where applicable, assessed at $50 per year for each, with the schedule of annual lease costs as listed in the docks and moorings with private pedestrian crossings table for the term of 5 years. Mr. Byer.
Yes, we asked the committee to indulge the department on this multiple submittal because all 18 of these particular locations have been through the Council of Resources and Development and Long Range and Governor and Council previously. I did this to simplify it, so it was kind of do this once, not 18 times in the course of a cycle. If you have any questions, I feel free to answer as best I can.
I have just one that you are asking us to waive the administrative fees as these are renewals.
Yes.
Do we have any other further questions? Senator Lang?
So it sounds like we don't make any delineation based on where the dock is. It's just a flat rate that's set in statute. Is that,
That is correct.
so if it's on a small pond, it doesn't matter as compared to Lake Winnipesaukee?
Correct.
Seems like we're leaving money on the table, but okay.
Any further questions?
Move to approve?
Seeing none, a motion has been made. Do I have a second? Representative Cloutier seconds that motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and committee members. Thank
Item
you.
4 under miscellaneous, we have none. Item 5, informational, we have LRCP 25-016, the New Hampshire Council on Resources and Development. Mr. Shea.
So that's a report that the CORD provides to the Long Range Committee to show you the various properties that they may have approved or disapproved in terms of disposal. So it's, doesn't need any action, it's just meant as informational, but all the properties that come before this committee that want to be sold or disposed of need to have gone through CORD, and this is just a way to show that. Typically, it's attached to the individual items when they come through as well.
Thank you. Date of next meeting and adjournment. We are going to set June 30th at 9:30 for the next meeting of this Capital Planning and Utilization Committee. Once again, at 9:30. Any concerns or questions?
Mr. Chair, that's on a Monday, correct?
That's our Monday, correct. And we will always be on time because we'll have an 11 o'clock follow-up meeting after that for another committee. Seeing no other business, no other questions or concerns, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn?
Motion's been made. Do we have a second? Made and seconded by Representative Melvin. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you.